hello. Today we have Dr. Crowley from the university here, and he's going to talk to y'all briefly about a degree over at the university, economics. So, now that.
Wrong way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on. So what did I do there? Sorry, we're having some trouble here with... I went to... Hang on there. And it's correct for that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Patrick Crowley. I'm a Professor of Economics over at the University of TAMU-CC. So first of all, I want to thank Professor Tony Priscilla for inviting me in today. It's very kind of him, or letting me come in, I should say. So the first thing I want to really say here is that many of you are going to be thinking about your futures in terms of transferring to TAMU-CC perhaps once you've completed your associate's degree at Del Mar. We've got lots of programs to enable you to do that really easily. Just a couple of them are the Viking Islander program, where you can actually be enrolled in courses here and at the university simultaneously. And we also have agreements in place between the university and Del Mar College to enable the majority, I think nearly all your credits to just transfer. So we set up transfer guides to make that transition as seamless as possible, as easy as possible. I'm from the College of Business. There are 5 colleges at the university. The College of Business now actually has the largest enrollment of any college in the university. And we're launching an extensive set of online degrees as part of our efforts to try and appeal to students off campus and outside of Corpus Christi. So from fall of 2023, we're going to be offering the following degrees on campus: so General Business, Accounting, Finance, Marketing, MIS. MIS is Management Information Systems and Management. And online, we're going to be offering General Business, Accounting, Business Economics, that will only be available online, Finance, Marketing, and Management. So currently, you're able to, if you wanted to do economics, business economics, as it will be from this fall, you can actually enroll in economics, and that will automatically push you across to business economics come fall 2023, when the degree moves entirely online. So, first of all, why might you consider doing an online completion degree? Well, it's much more time flexible than the regular on-campus degree. Allows you to work in a full-time job if you're prepared to have a limited social life. Obviously, doing an online completion here and full-time job, there's not many hours left in a day, to be honest. It could allow you to be a homemaker. It could allow you to live or move anywhere you want, away from Corpus, even internationally. You could complete that degree. So next, why major or minor in business economics? Well, how many of you here have done a Principles of Economics course here at Del Mar? I know it's part of your component area option in the fall. So how many of you have done a Principles course? None of you yet. Okay. You have that joy to look forward to then, I assume. Well, the first reason is that economics will show you the money. And you're going to see that in a second. It gives you a broad set of skills, and it also gives you better job prospects, I would say, in the job market than many other degrees do. So some examples of our graduates, they probably sell our program better than anything that I can say, to be honest. So one example is Joshua Warner. He's now working for Lockheed Martin up in Dallas. I taught him. I taught all of these students, actually. Rowan Elliott, she's now working at the FDIC. That's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, that insures when you put money in the bank that money is safe, even if the bank goes under. And Kayla McMains, she's an attorney at the law office of Kayla McMains. There you can see. And she went to TAMU Law School in 2015, so she set up her own law practice, having done economics. Bradley Porras, who's ended up working for the FBI as a financial manager there. So, in other words, as economics graduates go into all sorts of different types of professions. So, the next thing I really want to talk about is this kind of order of things. So, what's business economics? Why major or minor in business economics? What the structure is of our major, and we actually also offer a minor as well, and then questions at the end. So, hopefully that's not going to take any more than 10 minutes to cover that. So, what's economics? Well, economics is a study of, how consumers, households, firms, and governments operate in a world where there isn't an infinite amount of resources. In other words, where resources are so-called scarce. And that is the definition, basically, of economics that you will do when you do your principles economics courses. In other words, we don't have an infinite amount of, we don't live in the Star Trek world, right? So there's not an infinite amount of space, and there's not an infinite amount of things. So that's why markets exist, to price these things and value what is produced in the economy. So, if you do an economics degree, what kind of, it's obvious if you do a math degree, you're going to be competent at math, right? If you do a finance degree and you're competent in finance, well, economics degree, what are you going to be able to do? Well, you're going to have a set of skills that allows you to analyze a whole range of different types of problems. And these are analytical skills which, sometimes rely on equations and math, and sometimes just rely on logical, critical thinking skills. So it's a mix of the two. That's actually why I was originally attracted to the subject. I didn't want to do a pure science subject. I didn't want to do an art. So I thought, well, social science is nicely in between, but what do I do in social science? Well, economics fit the bill because it had a certain amount of rigor, but it also had a certain amount of critical thinking and judgment calls that you have to make as well. It's not only theory, but it applies directly to the real world, and it's a degree that in the university here we have a business course, so you have all these other skills that you're going to get from studying the kind of base level in finance, marketing, management, etc. So it's an economics degree that's oriented towards operating in business. So I talked about economics showing you the money, literally. Let's look at some statistics here. Starting salary of economics majors on average throughout the country was $64,411. That's a very good starting salary. It's the highest among all business disciplines. Business majors average about $58,000. Now you probably think, why aren't finance majors paid more? It's interesting, they're paid, sometimes in some years they're paid more than economists, and sometimes in some years they're paid less. So it depends on the year. But definitely compared to other liberal arts, economics is way ahead. If you look at the starting salaries for liberal arts, they're not nearly anywhere near that. And it's higher than most majors as well. What is the ratio of starting to mid-career? So it's not just where you start at, of course, but what's the kind of trajectory that you're likely to be on? Well, it's a good trajectory, as I'm about to show you. And economics is the second most popular degree for top 1% of income earners as well. So that tells you something. That it's a degree that's valued by those people who are in finance and other areas, even though there is a finance degree available. So this is a nice kind of illustration of the types of combinations of economics you can do. If it's pure economics, it's around 62. As I said, I think this is a year before. The best combination is actually economics and mathematics, which has the highest early career pay. You can see the mid-career pay is also very good, and when you look at economics, pure economics, it jumps almost doubles. So it's definitely a good kind of salary trajectory through time. Here we look at this kind of in terms of a distribution. So you can see that in economics graduates over their lifetimes, this is adding up everything that you earn over your lifetime, we're right up there, right? So this is our median, but we have a big tail here at the right-hand end. So obviously these are the wealthy 1% when you take in economics. We also have some people down here as well. But you can see that in terms of the distribution, we're nowhere near chemical engineering, but when you look at other things here, we're doing pretty well. So hopefully I've convinced you that it's a good degree from an income point of view and that kind of trajectory of your lifetime earnings as well. So economics doesn't provide a single set of skills as well. It provides a number of important business skills. So, as I stressed earlier, this is analytical reasoning and data analysis are probably the two most important kind of skills you're going to get if you did economics. It trains you, or it prepares you for a variety of careers. And, the thing that people recognize about graduates who graduated in economics is that they understand in depth how individual markets work. That's one of the major themes of the subject, and they understand as well what the likely impact will be of government policy changes and how that impacts the economy, how that impacts different sectors of the economy as well. So, what can you do with a business economics degree? That's kind of the last part I want to get to here. Well, where do our students go? You could see that, from the examples that I gave you, our real students, where they ended up. Business, obviously, if you have a business economics degree, that's the obvious place. Law, though, is a really good option as well. And most law schools like the fact like to sign up economics graduates, simply because many of the first-year law degree courses are in economics. So government and non-profits, education, obviously, like me. Consulting, this is what I did before I became a professor. I was a consultant, and I also worked in a bank and then an investment management company. And then the arts as well. There are also economists employed in the arts too. So it's a very broad-based degree in many respects. So who hires us? Well, as I said, financial institutions, consulting firms, government agencies, law schools, business firms of all kinds and all sizes. And actually, several of our most recent graduates have set up by themselves and established their own companies as well. So being an entrepreneur is possible from this from the degree. So, quick quiz. Which of the following well-known individuals did not do economics in college? Can you guess which one of those didn't do economics? Let's run through who they are. George H.W. Bush, who was the 41st U.S. president. Young MC, who's a rapper. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I'm sure you've all seen in some of his movies. He's an actor and a former governor of California. Kate Blanchett, famous actress. Previous president, Donald Trump, who's the 45th U.S. president. And Elon Musk, serial entrepreneur, and obviously, I should say the owner, he's not really the CEO, but the owner of Tesla and Twitter. Can you guess? Anyone guess? Elon, you're right. Elon enrolled to do economics and physics. He was going to do a double major, and he decided to drop economics and just concentrate on the physics when he realized how much work it was going to involve. So Elon was interested in economics, but he didn't complete the degree. All of these others got economics degrees. Okay, so quickly tell you a little bit about how this works. It's an online degree. So it's organized in terms of 7-week courses. Now, I believe at Del Mar you now do have these 7-week courses as well in your online programs.
They're 8.
Okay. So this is how our entire degree program is going to be laid out. It is currently laid out. So for one, you're going to do 2 7-week courses. One of them is an economics course. You don't need to know the details. But you can see you can get through the 2 years. Basically, you get through it in less than 2 years, essentially, because you take the summer as well. You only do 2 courses, 2 7-week courses. You end up doing 2 plus 2, so 4 in a full 14-week semester. Okay, so that's how the degree is structured. So unfortunately, you can't start. Well, you can start halfway through, I guess, but in some cases, there's prereqs you've got to worry about. Not all these courses are offered all the time, but we're going to make a commitment to make sure that any student can start in the fall and then complete the degree in this manner, as long as you pass all the courses, of course. We also offer, if you end up going to TAMU-CC, a minor in business economics. It can be coupled with any degree. You would still do the online components here. You would still do some of those online courses. I think you only need something like 4 courses in addition to your principles courses to get. So only 6 courses in economics, and you've got the minor. So there you go. All right, and here's the faculty. They're all my colleagues, and I'm in red because that's me here today. So we have 6 of us basically who teach in the program. All right, are there any questions? What I've done, if there aren't any questions, what I've done is I've left some what we call rack cards here. So if you want to pick one up, then please do. Can I leave them here with you, and then I'll just come when they're here for next Thursday? Thank you. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to email me as well. You can easily find me in the internet.
Well, they can ask me. I'll know your email address.
Sorry?
They can always ask me. I'll know your email
absolutely.
address. Okay.
Thank you for your time. And enjoy the rest of your class.
Well, thanks, Dr. Crowley.